and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our manga for today is Chainsaw Man Volume 1 by Tetsuki Fujimoto and published by Viz. Now there is violence, killing, blood, devils, guts being split, and, chainsawed, body parts, and more violence, and, big devils too. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, so the story and art are by Tetsuki Fujimoto, and I'll put the translator and everyone else here on screen. Okay, so I have seen Chainsaw Man here and there. Well, I've mainly seen him in this form. Well, that's about it. I've mainly seen like statues and images, and I always wondered, I wonder what this story's about, and how the hell does this guy do anything when he has chainsaws coming out of his arms and his head is has a chainsaw in it. I always wondered how the logistics of that work. So I wanted to read this one, and last week actually, I was at the mall, and I went to my bookstore, and the seller lady, she was just unpacking mangas, and she pulled this one out. And I was like, oh, it's fate. So I bought it. And read it in like 2 days, because it was really interesting. So, okay, the whole, the concept of the world's pretty entertaining. Okay, so it goes like this. We got this young... I'm not sure if he's I think he might be an adult. Maybe he's 18 to 20. Well, let's say young man Denji. Denji is in a lot of debt because of his father. His mother died from a heart condition or something. And all he has in the world is his pet devil dog, Puchita. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't think it's Pokita, but it could be. I'm not certain. But yes, that's all he has, so he has to keep working as a devil hunter for this Yakuza man. It's like an old man with a beard and glasses. And he works for him because his father, Denji's father, hung himself and didn't make the last payment, so it fell on Denji then. And that fateful day when he was left there, he met Puchita, and they made a pact. So Denji does that among other jobs, and he sold his eye, his kidney, and right testicle to the black market. Which that one caught me off guard. Did they sell testicles on the black market? And if so, why? I mean, it's not like you can, do a testicle transplant. I mean, would another man even want someone else's testicles? I don't imagine. Yeah, maybe it's for more fucked up reasons like eating or... I don't know. It's just... Well, it's so casually told that he sold it. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know. That one is still stuck in my head after I read it. But anyway, he has to do all this. So life is hard for him. Barely has enough to eat. And he just wants a normal life. He wants to have someplace to live and, food every day. He doesn't have huge dreams. So anyway, one evening or night, gets a bang on the door. It says, boss, they have to go to another hunting job. So, of course, he goes, because he has to keep paying off that debt. And as they go in, he discovers that he's been sold out by the Yakuza. They made a deal with the devil. So in this world, they're called devils. And there's all sorts of them. Like Puchita is a chainsaw devil. I don't know if there's one of every kind or if there are multiples. I wonder how that works. But anyway, he's been betrayed. It's this devil zombie, or zombie devil. And he essentially, fooled the Yakuza men, because he promised them power, but he essentially took over them, and now they're zombie slaves. And of course, this devil hates, devil hunters, so he has his zombie servants slice up Denji and Pochita, and then throw them in the trash. Now, while they're in the trash, some of Denji's blood streams down into Pochita's mouth, because he can heal if he drinks blood, and it's a pact that he and Pochita made that day they met. Yeah, I mean, they made a pact, like, you help me, I'll help you. Denji made with him. And it was kind of like, I don't know if it's not an hallucination, but kind of like a vision where Denji sees Pochita, and Pochita tells him, I always love listening to you talk about your dreams, so, make them come true. That's the pact I'm making with you. I want to see you make your dreams come true. So, Pochita is healing him, putting his body back together, and then Denji just wakes up and gets out of that trash can all freaked out, and he's like, Pochita. So Pochita gave his heart to Denji. Pochita's this little chainsaw devil dog. So the front of him, instead of a nose, out of his snout comes out a little chainsaw. And on his bum, he's got his tail is like the thing you pull to make the chainsaw work. And he's got a handle on his bum. So now there's this little handle sticking out of Denji's chest. So he gets out of the trash can. He's still in this big abandoned warehouse. And the zombie devil's like shocked, like, okay, kill him, eat him. And of course Denji is, really fucking angry about all of this. And so he pulls it and he fucking slaughters all of them. He first kills the devil zombie, then he fucking kills all of them. And he can't believe that these men, they had so much and they decided to make a deal with the devil for this. Anyway, comes morning. 3 people arrive at the warehouse. They are official devil hunters. There's an organization and everything. And their superior, this lady named Makima, she goes and she sees, someone, beat us to the punch. And then she sees Denji. And he basically falls and she holds him up. It's one of Denji's dreams also. He, wants to be next to a pretty girl. He's like, I can't date anyone because I don't have a place to bring back a girl or money for a date. Anyway, he gets taken together by the official devil hunters. And then on the way, when they're going to get food, a father runs into the rest stop and yells that a devil has gotten his daughter. So that's Denji's essentially first assignment, and he's not sure about Makima because although she's pretty and seems nice, she's also seems to be terrifying. She says, you're my dog. You either answer yes or wolf. And he goes to the woods nearby, and then he meets the little girl with the devil, and it kind of looks at first to him like how it was with him and Pochita. Also on the way, he remembers that Pochita's dead, and he's very upset. But yes, at first it seems like it might be like that, and he tells the little girl, why don't we run away together? Because, I'll get killed if I don't kill this demon. And then, but it turns out this demon is evil. He's a muscle demon. So Denji kills him and brings back the little girl. And he finally eats, and then he's get taken to the headquarters in Tokyo. And so, now his case is special because he essentially combined together with this devil. Because this Makima lady, she has a an ability to smell if you're a human or a devil, and he smells like both. Which makes me wonder if she herself is human, even. And I'm sure some people have a sharper sense of smell than others, but still, is she fully human? Well, anyway, he's now going to get accepted into the ranks to work with them. She introduces him to Hayakawa, probably butchering his name. Hayakawa, he doesn't understand why they should get him. He doesn't really get an explanation of his talents. Probably just seems like a regular young guy, because, well, obviously he doesn't look like this all the time. Well, anyway, she tells him, okay, I'm pairing you together, go out. So they go outside, and then Hayakawa drags him into an alley, and then beats him up a little and tells him, get out of here, I'm being kind to you. You should only be a devil hunter if it's something you truly want to do. But then Denji gets up and he hits him in the balls. Very hard. Multiple times. He says, that's how I fight guys. And he tells him, I'm living my dreams. You're not going to stand in my way. So he hits him there again, and the guy just faints. And then he drags him back there and tells Miss Makikawa. Wait, I forgot her name now. Makima. That, he's been hit by a testicle devil. Anyway, long story short, he's going to be put on this experimental team of basically, I guess, special cases of devils. And that's that. So they go on their first assignment together. There's what they call a fiend. It's a devil that took over a dead body. So they go up. Denji has an axe with him. So they go up and he immediately kills the devil with the axe. And Hayakawa said, why didn't you show me your powers? He said, well, it seems painful when I kill devils. I wanted to make this a painless death for him. Plus, the blood that he loses while he does that, and mayhem. That still looks like a nice house where they are. And it pisses off Hayakawa, because as we learn, his whole family's been killed by devils. And Miss Makima has saved him, as he says. So he leaves, and then Denji realizes his next goal. He wants to touch boobs. That's funny. Oh, I got confused. After that, he gets told that he's going to be on this special team, and then he meets Power. She, too, is a fiend. So a devil that took over the body of a girl. Of this young, not girl, young woman, I imagine. Yeah, young woman. She has 2 horns sticking out of her head. Well, anyway, they're going to work together. Hayakawa insisted on that. The thing is, if both of them don't perform very well and there's no use for them, they're going to be killed. Because they're both devils. Although Denji's not exactly fully a devil. But so they go, Power sniffs out a devil and kills it, but it was someone else's kill. Anyway, then they have this Denji and Power talk. She tells him how she doesn't like humans, but she had this cat that was kidnapped by another devil, and she really wants him back. She doesn't know if he's even alive. And then Denji starts to tell her about his dog, Puchita. For some reason, it seems like she can't smell or sense on him that he's a devil, too, in a way. Maybe it's because of the way he and Pochita are combined now. He does learn that Pochita's still alive inside of him, so that makes him very happy. Oh, I forgot to, I can't believe I forgot to say this from the beginning. When Pochita combined with him, he essentially healed him fully. He's got his eye back, his kidney, and other part, I imagine, too. He has those back as well. Anyway, then they end up making a deal, him and Power. I should, if you help me find my cat, I'll let you touch my boobs. And then suddenly Denji's like, on it. Yeah, that's terrible. I will help you. And so it goes. So he has to first get permission to go with her, because she's a fiend. She's not allowed to roam free, basically. So it is what it is. They get the permission and then they leave. In between that, you got Miss Makima going on this board meeting, telling of the not results, but giving them a report about Denji and Power. And then going and Hayuaka complaining about Denji again. Now this whole thing with the cat, it was a ploy. It was just a story. No, Power did in fact want to get her cat back, which she met when he was essentially starving, and she decided she would eat him, but ended up taking care of him and really liking him. Now, the devil, that has him is this giant bad devil, and she just dragged Denji there because she thought he was human, and she hits him over the head and drags him into this house, kind of slightly in the middle not in the middle of nowhere, just very far from other houses. Very, very far. So they go in, she says, okay, here, I brought you a human. It took me a while to get out myself, because, again, she needed permission. And, he grabs Denji and says, look, he's got one arm missing. It's you devil hunters done this to me. And he crushes Denji, and blood flows from Denji into his mouth. And he says, oh, disgusting, but his blood heals his arm. And then he throws down Denji and, makes a hole in the roof and goes up, and now he's fully healed. And but he says, oh, this is disgusting. I'm going to need to go. And it looks like he sniffs from the city afar and says, oh, I'll eat these two children. Jesus. And then Power goes, wait, but, we had a deal, my cat. He says, oh, yeah, I need to punish you for giving me this disgusting blood. And then he eats her cat, who he has in a cage around his neck. And then Power looks at Denji and says, well, now I know how you felt when you said that you can't pet Pochita anymore. And then the bad devil grabs her and eats her too. And she says, she's disgusting, I'm gonna go. And then he starts flying towards the city. And then suddenly he looks down, he's already saying what humans he's gonna drink the blood of. But then he feels something and looks down below, and Denji is hanging on his leg. And he bit him, and it makes the devil bad angry, because he's like, you disgusting human. How dare you bite me? And he grabs him, and he, again, squeezes him hard. It almost looks like he snapped him. But then Denji gets really angry again. And then he pulls, I wish I knew what that part was called. But anyway, he pulls the string on his chest, and he starts to change into Chainsaw Man. And then then you see him, the last scene is him with his chainsaws up in the air and the devil bat looking at him. And that's it, to be continued. Okay, so cover. This is a great cover. It's got action on it. We got old Chainsaw Man here, slicing through people. Very cool. Let me show you some of the art. The art's a little lining in places, you see, like with the eyes, but I kind of like it. You see, that's Pochita. Look how precious he is. My God, he's adorable. Look, you see there's the string you pull, and there's the little handle. You see that's him and Pochita. Very cute. Cute little buddy Pochita is. See, that's the Yakuza man. That's Denji, I think, when he was a little younger. At least it looks like it's been a few years since he and Pochita were together. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just here, it kind of, for some reason, looks younger. But I might be wrong. Oh, look at little Pochita. He's so cute. Oh, I can't. He's stinking cute. And that's it. I'll just show you here. You see, this is how it looks now for him. And before that, you saw him. He got the eye patch. You see? And he realizes that Pochita saved his life, but he thought that Pochita was dead now because of saving his life. There you see, show me your dreams. And he runs, and that now runs out, like wakes up from the trash can, realizing his wounds are gone now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, very tragic. Pochita looked like a cute little devil dog. I do wonder if the Devil Hunters official, if they would have found them, would they have killed Pochita? Maybe. I don't know. Alright, so that was the art. Now for the story. I quite like this one. It's like a nice little action-packed world to read about. You got these devils, and then devil hunters, and of course, Denji is a special case. And at first, when I read a bit about the description, he said he had to pay a debt. I thought it was his own, but it's not. As Denji himself, there's not that much to him. He wants a simple life after having, well, essentially a really terrible life. His father got into these, huge debts. Essentially threw everything on his shoulders, and the only friend he had was Pochita. And then, because of all this, he lost Pochita. But it looks like he keeps going on. I'll give him that. Doesn't give up. Well, we'll see. Now that he has a more stable, well, at least financially, life, I wonder what kind of adventures he's going to get into. Will he and Power become friends, or will she continue? Well, she is a devil, but I wonder who's the woman she took over. Did that woman die somewhere and she just picked up her body? I think that's how that works with that. Well, at least now I know that he doesn't actually look like this all the time. Because when I first saw the character, I was like, how the fuck does he manage to do things with those chainsaws? Must not be very comfortable. But now that I know he only changes into that when he fights, it makes a lot more sense. But the design itself is really cool. Like, you see, he got them in his arms here. And then he's got the head. I like how the head turns into the shape of a chainsaw and his sharp teeth and everything. That looks fucking cool, I will say. It's interesting that even before he joins, he seems to manage to fight quite well with Pochita. I gotta give it to him. A kid that's starving all the time still manages. So yeah, a cool story. I'll definitely pick up Volume 2. I think this will be a nice one to read. Now, I haven't checked how many there are. Volumes, I mean. I wonder if it's a long one. But regardless, I really enjoyed it. It's got action, got gory violence. I like that. And it's got devils. I like that too. Well, we'll see how it continues. Alright, folks, that is it. Let me know if you've read Chainsaw Man Volume 1, and if so, what did you think about it? Oh, and also, I really love how they made the title. Because it has the handles for the chainsaw, and then, also, that's cute. Yes, so let me know down below in the comments, and that is it. Remember, oh, I forgot to recommend. Yeah, if you like violence and fighting and that kind of stuff, I would recommend checking this one out. Alright, folks, so that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about, share it on YouTube. Bye!